We have an awesome homestead here. We usually love very, very much.
Good days, bad days, right? There's one thing that we're missing here that right now we're really feeling the lack of.
It's hurting us.
It's deodorant.
Joking aside, actually, I was having a hard time with the natural deodorant, just irritating me. You use that natural deodorant and like burns. We found some at the farmer's market recently, baking soda free. Works, you know, as good as natural deodorant works. Doesn't burn. Awesome stuff. So, little tidbit for you natural deodorant users. Let me know in the comments below. What do you use if you don't use the stuff with the aluminum? All right, you getting eggies?
Yeah.
What's that scoop for?
Getting the egg.
What do you use the scoop for?
To not get in peck.
It keeps the chicken from pecking your hand?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's what I usually like round up.
What I like to do is I like to pet their heads like this.
And then they won't pet. Pet.
Now watch. Nothing under her.
Yeah, we had an egg.
Oh, there we go.
This is a new one I just came out and collected.
Ooh, this is a good one.
There's Cake Pop. Nothing in there.
Nothing there?
It's on.
Can we check the goat feeder?
Oh, there's one.
Oh, sneaky. How many of you have naughty chickens who lay where they're not supposed to? We have a, this is the camel hay feeder. We mounted it way up high for the camels. And there has been a little nest here. As you can see, a chicken was coming here and laying eggs, but I think when we found it,
No point.
stopped laying eggs. Yeah, seems like no more eggs are being laid here. Speaking of naughty animals, that does not look like a chicken. There's this one, our little runt from the litter, small enough to get out of all the fences, and it kind of just wanders around the farm and helps itself to whatever feed it can find. So we had to move the chicken feed because this little runt pig was sneaking into the chicken coop and helping itself to chicken feed. Oh man.
It's hot right now, southwestern PA. Hot and dry. It's so dry, I'm telling us in the morning, boy, I had a dream it rained. Because we walk through the fields and just everything's crispy. We're trying to stockpile our pastures for winter so the cows and camels can keep grazing into the winter. Nothing's growing right now. So we're kind of scrambling, trying to figure out. We have all these animals who can live off the pasture. The cows, the camels, the pigs can be predominantly grass raised, but we're running out of grass.
So everybody in PA right now is dealing with this.
Oh, there's some people who are. I stick to our area.
Well, everyone in our area right now is dealing with this water shortage. What's particularly tough with this homestead, we have no bodies of water on our part of this homestead. So we don't have a pond.
No springs, no
stream.
ponds, no streams.
And on top of our pastures now kind of drying up and not growing, we're having a serious issue with watering our animals right now. This right here is one of the big reasons we're facing water issues. Pigs. Pigs are heavy water consumers. They need a lot of water, especially in the heat of the summer, not only to drink, also to bathe in. Because pigs are different than almost every other homestead animal in this one very strange way. Our pigs have been sectioned off from our automatic pig waterer. The automatic pig water's back there. We have a little pig netting up to keep them out of the automatic pig water. Why would we do that?
Because they, what do you say? They, what about the Matrix? They found a hole in the matrix. What do they always say about it? Crack the code. You don't know the matrix thing.
Oh, glitch. The glitch in the matrix? You're talking
Maybe.
about the glitch?
Yeah. Because they found the glitch in the matrix. They're too dang smart. And they figured out if they got up into the water with their front feet and just laid there, there was a constant supply of cool, fresh water flowing over them. They made like an everlasting wallow
and
for
the
themselves.
problem is this automatic waterer is put on a gravel pad that's made to drain water. So not only were they creating a wallow, but it was a drying up, disappearing
It never wallowed.
wallow.
It just like, it was a fountain, a piggy fountain.
Yeah, that never wallowed, but they would just lay in it. And we're like, why do we have no water? And that was one of the many reasons.
One of the
I
many
think.
reasons, yeah.
We had no water.
So they got kicked off of that.
Pigs don't sweat, and so they need to wallow. They need to get some mud on them and wet on them on these hot days, but not on a gravel pad where they're endlessly running water.
At the expense of drying out our well.
Good Lord.
They have a really high intake of water, especially this time of year. So it's getting a little scary with our low water situation and our no source of water on the homestead, except for our wells.
So why am I snapping photos of pig testicles? We decided because we're trying to be cautious right now. It's very, very dry. If you look at the water table in our area for Western Pennsylvania over the last couple of months, it's just been drying up. Water table is going down, down, down. The water's getting lower and lower. So we're trying to be cautious here and downsize a little bit. We need to get rid of a couple animals to ease the water needs and to give the pasture time to have a break, time to hopefully stockpile a little bit before winter for the animals that we do winter. So we decided our big IPP boar, we're gonna sell him. And for a couple reasons we chose him. He's the biggest water consumer of all our pigs. We like the Kuni boar the best. We needed to keep one boar. Kuni boar has won our hearts over. He's just a little teddy bear. So IPP boar, great looking pig, grew awesome, but for now we decided, you know what, let's take a little pause on the IPPs. We'll keep working the Kunis. We're gonna keep our IPP sow and maybe cross her with the Kuni boar, get a little bit bigger of a Kuni kind of pig for, you know, eating purposes. But our biggest consumer of water and the biggest pig out on the pasture is the IPP boar. We can get another IPP boar in the future, but for now we're gonna sell that guy. And then this guy here, that's a Kuni. He's looking really good too.
He's looking great. He's a barrow.
He's a barrow. We're gonna eat him. So we're essentially taking away the top 2 consumers of pigs going into winter for water. They're out on pasture right now, less pasture. We're eliminating the top 2 consumers on the pig grounds while still keeping breeders and everything. Just one of those tactical decisions we made going into fall.
Pigs do have a spot where they get cold, fresh water to lay in. They've created a wallow just off of our pad. And they have lots of shade in the pasture that they're in all day. Piggy.
I think Solly wants a wallow too.
He loves mud. He's probably missing the rain too. Splash all over.
See, that works. It doesn't drain. This is the thing, pigs make a pond.
I've had squash coming up in this paddock. I think they were planted there by the pigs, and I think the pigs will eat them.
The pigs giveth and the pigs taketh
away. Something else that I think we may push ahead is our sheep butchering. Sheep are great, especially here we've got all this pasture, except now that we're running out of pasture because of a drought and we need to stockpile for the cows and the camels. The sheep are big enough, the lambs, they will be ready to process end of this month, August and September if we want to. So we'll have a freezer full of lamb and they won't be grazing on our pastures, so we can save that for the other animals. I got out of breath walking up that non-existent hill. That's one of the reasons we love to have lamb, especially feeder lamb seasonally, is because we have that excess of pasture. the last few years. This year, it's been fine. Now we don't have it anymore. So it's time to put the lambs in the freezer. They're good size. They're ready.
Oh yeah, they came here a good size.
Yeah, they were ready when the day we bought them.
We grew. Being on just well water here, maybe you're thinking, you know what? Sounds like you guys need a second well to make sure you don't run out of water. We have a second well, and that's another problem we've been facing. We do have 2 wells which allow our draw on the water to alternate. This well drains down, switches over to this well, which drains down, giving that one time to fill back up. But we've had a problem with our wells, and one of them is out of commission. I hope I can fix that today. Something just arrived in the mail which should help me fix our issue. Hopefully I have solved part of our problem here, and it's got to do with what's in this box. We're gonna go down into our, well, what is our butcher house, but also our well house, and we're gonna see if we can fix part of this problem, because this is something we need to fix. Let's go. We have 2 wells on our homestead, which is really good because homesteads take a ton of water. Here's a great tip for you. If you have a farm or a homestead and you're worried about running your well dry because you're constantly filling water troughs and watering your gardens, and maybe you leave the hose running and you forget, this is called a pump tech. And what it does is it detects when you have low water, and it shuts your well pump off so it doesn't kill itself running it dry. So for a couple $100, I'll have a link below for it on Amazon. But one of our pump techs broke, and so we have to replace it. And hopefully that'll put us back to 2 wells. All right, let's see if that brought that well online and if we have more water. Ooh, here's to hoping. All right, so we've got water running right now. We're gonna go down in the well house and check and see if that pump tech kicks on, if our well's working again. Let's see. This is good. We're back to 2 wells running. Even if they're low water, at least they can alternate between each other. We can have 2 wells running at the homestead. This is really good. We needed this to work. I have good news. We don't have to be a camel-only farm.
Why? Did it work?
We have some improvements to our water situation.
All right, tell me. Hello.
I got that old well working, and boy, it's got a lot of water.
Does it?
Yeah, I just ran it for 15 minutes unstopped, and it's.
Really?
I finally shut it off. I was afraid to keep going.
Does that feel good, so?
Can you cut more? Or?
Yeah. If you want, I'll brush them on you.
What do you just like? Use the clippers for that.
You know, clippers are an ordeal.
Oh yeah. This is like oddly satisfying, like
That's a video, right?
pulling out camel fur. He seems to really enjoy it, so look at that, just like taking off a coat.
Let's see. I feel like they like their long fur because it keeps the flies away.
Oh yeah?
But at this point, it really is just falling off, so. This was actually a good tip we got from someone in the comments about helping him to finish shedding. So we just clipped all that stuff that was loose off. It's been falling out.
They said
yeah, if you leave it on, flies could get under there
this is disgusting. Get ready.
and leave
You've been
maggots.
warned. So they said flies could get kind of under that flaps of
Loose.
loose
Fleece,
fur,
yeah.
fleece, whatever, and lay eggs, maggots, and then like you wouldn't see it because it was under those lumps, and then he'd have maggots like eating their way out. So gross, so gross. So as to avoid maggots eating their way out of him, we're gonna help him shed off.
Oh, you look so sleek. There's a fancy boy. Want the rest of it over here?
I can make another camel with all this. Anybody want a camel shipped to them? Just add water. Very satisfying. Solly Molly.
Listen. You want your fur moved out, huh?
Does she?
Very fishy. Very fishy.
What do you do with all that stuff? Okay. There you go. She likes it too, Mama. Okay, let's watch that camera.
Yep.
I tried to put it where it would.
Be protected. Not such a fan, though.
Not as much.
Really wants back in the shade.
So camels could be good for drought conditions. They do need to drink a lot of water, but then they can go a long time without water. I was thinking we could walk them down to the river, get a good old drink, and then walk them back. Right now I'm taking IBC totes full of water up on the hill for the animals. Every couple days we're filling up an IBC tote and driving it up to the top of the hill. And that's so they don't have to walk all the way back to the barn to get a drink during these hot, hot days.
Right now, the name of the game for us is conservation. Really trying to keep our water usage down in the house. That means less laundry, theoretically. And also finding ways to capture the rainwater when it comes. So setting up water catchment areas off of gutters, and then trying to figure out some sort of a farm pond.
I'm bringing these IBC totes up on top of the hill with water from our well. We could put a little attachment on a gutter, and every time it does rain, if it ever does rain again, we could be filling up that IBC tote and watering our animals with the rainwater that just runs off our roof and down the hill.
Yeah, we have
really
friends
good.
out in the Pacific Northwest and the Midwest who have been dealing with water issues too, and having to sell their livestock. Now we're kind of just entering that stage of trying to cut down a little bit where we can.
Less consumption.
Yeah, and hopefully that helps in the long run. Also,
Be a perfect time, perfect.
I'm pregnant.
Speaking of being hot and thirsty.
Needing to reduce.
Speaking of needing to reduce consumption. How's that baby belly
That
going?
consumption being
Consumption.
reduced. Not reducing right now, just increasing.
How you been feeling?
Better, a lot better. Kinda not loving the heat.
Phew. Oh, where am I?
It's not about you.
It's not about me at all.
We went peach picking yesterday with the kids, and it was like...
We went peach slaving.
It was so hot. It was like 90 degrees, and it was hot.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the peach trees were big enough you could kind of hide in their shade. And it took peach picking is much faster than, say, blueberry or strawberry picking. It was like 10 minutes. Okay, kids, let's go
Getting
catch
outta
the
here.
tractor. We're going back
on
to
the
the
air-conditioned
shade.
car.
But there's always other stuff to do at the PYO places, the swings, the slides, right in the blazing hot sun. I just found some shade and sat under there. I was like, Austin, take the baby. But feeling better. Going for our first ultrasound pretty soon too.
Yep.
To be exciting. There we go, baby belly. And I got the serious rubber band. I had to go into the veggie drawer today to take the rubber band off the asparagus, so I could put my shorts on.
Oh, I was wondering what you were saying.
I got it around my button.
Ah, nice.
So when you go in your veggie drawer to finish getting dressed.
That's how you know.
That's how you know. Maybe other people keep rubber bands around the house, but we don't. So if you are wondering why Austin took a picture of the pig's testicles, it's because we got a few buyers and somebody wants to see the testicles, which if you're buying a boar, It's totally understandable. So we'll send those now. And it was a very nice picture. Good job, babe.
I know how to make testicles look good on camera.
That's a weird sentence. All right, sent. And everybody's looking for him for a breeder, so he'll have a nice, happy breeding home. Here, babe.